Hello guys, welcome to another video tutorial by No Code Africa. In this tutorial, I'm going to be introducing you to Stitch, and in a very simple way, Stitch allows you to create UI UX designs without having to use Figma or any other tool that you can think of. Okay, and why is it important to people that watch this YouTube channel? I know that most persons that watch this YouTube channel happen to be people that are in love with flutterflow, Dalo, Bubble, you know, other no-code instruments that allows them to build mobile and web application without writing codes, and that's why I am actually introducing this to you guys. Before you build a mobile application, it is very important for you to have a UI UX design handy so that you can have like something to use as a reference about what you're going to be building. Now, in my previous tutorials, I used to refer you to coming to the Figma community to search for ready-made designs already available for free in the Figma community. Let's take, for instance, I'm just typing here e-commerce mobile application, and we can just pick one of these softwares. Sorry, not softwares, one of these UI UX designs. Okay. All right. So I don't know if I can find something quite simple and familiar. Okay. Yeah, I have this. This is simple. It's also familiar. I've actually built this application before, so I will just go straight to it. Now, the idea is to just tap on it, and then you can click to open the design in Figma. After a couple of seconds, it will open completely in Figma, and then you can now go ahead and then access the screens. Now, these are the screens that makes up the application, right? So for you to build a mobile application or a web application, you need this kind of design. And it's called a UI UX design. It will allow you to know how your home page will look like, how your shop by categories page will look like. It will just give you like a reference to doing something better. All right, so the way it works is that each of these, according to how this person designed it, all right, have like components that are inside them, and you can actually click them and select them and see their dimension. You will also see the padding, like the area difference between the particular object and another one. Okay, so this is perfectly correct. Now you can actually get to use this particular design and then build a complete application based on this reference in flutterflow. All right, now what if you don't have a UI UX design, or what if you actually came to the Figma community and you couldn't find a particular design that you like? That's where Stitch with Google comes in. Now, this is an amazing platform. I would like to let you understand that, or point you to the fact that it is in its beta stage or beta. All right, beta state, beta mode. That means it's not. It's basically a work in progress. Okay, so you shouldn't expect way too much now. But one of the things that you can do with this platform is to provide it with perfect description of what you want. Now, these are examples of UI UX designs that have been created using this particular platform. So if you tap on this, you get to see how it looks like. Now, these are the designs. All right, so how was this design generated? It was generated from a simple prompt that says here, I am working on a mobile app for my board game friend group. I'd like the application to have a calendar view with the next event, a creation page to add a new event, a browse page to visualize new board games we could play, a history page with the list of previous games played with information such as board game played, date, host and winner, and an overall leaderboard page with a number of victories. Now, this was the prompts that was given that generated these particular screens. Now, we can go back and check out another particular kind of example. Designed for an internal company tool that collects feedback from employees on a monthly basis. Now, you can actually go ahead in your own spare time and check out the different prompts that generated these examples. Now, I want us to try something very simple and unique. I can go ahead and say a real estate app for landlords, house owners. Can just say landlords, or house owners to list their properties and find buyers, tenants, or agents, something like that. So a real estate app for landlords or house owners to list their properties and find buyers, tenants, or agents. Now, something that simple, I can just go ahead and then click to generate the designs. Now, I forgot to mention, you can actually get to tell it to design as a mobile application or as a web application. Once this has already been executed, I will go ahead and show you where you would have tapped on to create a web application or a web UI UX design for the web. Okay, so here it says here to get started, let's outline some key screens for your real estate app. Property listing screen, property details screen, user profile, and all of that. So I think this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screens. Now, if at all you want to add another screens, you can go ahead and then, describe that particular screen. So we have property listing details, user profile. So of course we need them to, I need users in bracket, agent, landlords, buyers to create an account, and or login to access the app's homepage, something like that. So I'll just do this. So it actually did ask me, would you like to proceed with designing this screen? So now I added this particular prompt now. So it's going to update the results with the information that I listed. So I think it didn't get everything. It just assumes that I'm requesting for a page that does this, because I'm seeing only one screen here. So let's just see what it brings out. Then from there we can, make some corrections. So it's okay. Yeah, it did. See, it produced just one. Now, let me go ahead and say, would you like to see the next screen, the app's homepage? Generate the onboarding screen for the real estate, which includes options for agent sites. So, generate all the screens. Generate all the previous 5 screens, and login and sign up screens. Okay, so I'm telling it to generate the previous screens that it talked about, and then go ahead and generate the login and sign up screens. Okay, so let's see what it generates. Now, the idea is you give it correct prompts. Okay, so it says here I can generate a maximum of 6 screens at a time. Would you like me to generate the 5 screens you mentioned in addition to the login screen? Yes, go ahead. Yes. I'll just say yes. Now, well, this is just how Stitch works. So it generates a maximum of 6 screens at a time. That means it cannot go ahead and make like 7 screens at once. So you just have to follow it up. You generate a particular screen, copy the screens that you want, paste it on Figma, then go ahead and then get another one, and then from there you can finish all your screens. Now, the beautiful thing is that you can actually copy the designs directly from Stitch, and then use it on your Figma project. So I'm just gonna zoom out and just keep some space here so I can paste the results from Stitch. You see, now it might not do like a totally perfect job, but it's amazing that it can even do this good. Now, I believe that if at all you go ahead and then describe, how it's supposed to be. Like, for instance, you can actually click here to edit this particular page alone. All right, you can edit this particular page by, of course, giving it a better prompt about this page. But for now, let's just go ahead and just copy it from Stitch and go to Figma. So I'll just paste it here. Now, okay, so I think it actually came here. So this is my design. So I'll just go ahead and just copy this one again and paste it here. Then I just want to copy all of them. Copy here, and then paste it here. Then come here. I think I'm gonna copy this, paste it here. I think I shouldn't have done that. Let's just do this, and I think we have. I think this one. Yeah. So let me just go ahead and paste this one here. Okay. So these are the designs. I think how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So let's see. What did I miss? I think I missed this. Okay. So for some reason it is still loading. Copy. It's still loading. All right, so let's go back to our Figma now. It has given us some designs. Yeah, for some reason there are some errors here. Like I don't know where this text is from. But now the cool stuff is that it's not a screenshot. It is just like this particular one. You can go ahead and access the component inside it. Okay, so you can actually go ahead and access the component inside it, like this image. You can find its exact dimension, 56 by 56. You can check out the padding between this particular image and this particular column that contains this the title of this property and the address. And then this one here, you can just of course check it out. So this is like, for me, this is amazing. It has a couple of errors. I think the errors are as a result of the fact that I copied it from the other side, because we don't have those errors here. And maybe it's also my network wants to see text and allow. So I think maybe that's the problem that I had there. Let's just see. Let me bring this here. Okay, so this one is perfect. I might need to just delete this and come back here and copy it again. Okay, so these particular stops didn't come out very well. Let me just go ahead and paste it. Okay, it still doesn't give me perfect. It doesn't give me something entirely perfect. So this one's okay. This actually should, but these particular key features, all right, it doesn't really understand this. It hasn't been able to get these lines out of it. That's why I said it's basically a work in progress, but it's amazing, and it's going to be like a game changer for mobile app developers who build apps without having to write codes. Now, I hope that you found this particular tutorial very exciting and very educational. Subsequently, I will create more tutorials. I just wanted to find myself back here teaching you. If you observe, I've not been available for like a very long time. This is like 80 plus days. I'm trying to just see how I can do this afraid. Yeah. And, this is me like coming back to create content and create courses and tutorials for you all over again. So if you want to encourage me, just go ahead and then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and then of course you can make recommendations about softwares and tools that I can learn about and then create tutorials for them. All right, thank you very much for watching this tutorial. See you in the next one. Bye for now.